We appreciate that. You know, family game night, it is important to have one, spend some time with the kids, but also increase their learning skills at the same time.
That's right. And then here to talk about how games can help keep your kids up to the necessary standards of learning is Amy James with Knowledge Essentials. And Amy, all right, how do these games help the kids learn in general?
It's amazing. Each one of these games meets multiple learning standards for the grade levels associated with the games and the ages for the games, and you wouldn't expect it. For example, Sorry is now come out with a game that's where you slide the game piece. That they accidentally started meeting kindergarten and first grade science learning standards when they added that motion into the game. And so what I'd like parents to know is that the family game night is valuable on many, many levels. However, you are also reinforcing learning standards every time you play a game with your child.
Yeah, that's really neat. You know, there are a number of state learning standards. One that we're going to talk about today is expressing thoughts and ideas about work and play. And there are certain games that you have here that go with that.
You know, I think that every game will actually match that because you're expressing your thoughts about how you're playing. And there isn't a child that plays a game that isn't expressing their thoughts the entire way through that game and, you know, well afterwards in some cases.
And that's a learning standard. The second one is develop and verbalize solutions to simple problems.
And you know, a game is a problem-solving activity, and so all you have to do is play the game, and you're meeting that learning standard.
Then think of new uses for familiar materials.
Yes, you know, we have some specific games for that because this farmer's market game, actually you're taking familiar materials from a garden and from a vegetable garden and a flower garden and reusing them in the opposite gardens. It's a really neat game, and it actually fosters that learning skill excellent. The other games, you also find your children playing with the game pieces 14 ways that are not designed in that game, and that's a creative reuse of those materials, and you really do need to encourage that type of play.
Yeah, you know, you were mentioning also something really neat. We have Operation here. I mean, we all played this game at some point or another. This is a real fun one, but this also, you know, it helps your kids learn.
It does. The game actually says it's for ages 6 and above, but when I took a look at it as it relates to the state learning requirements for Oklahoma, there are fine motor skill requirements for how your child learns to operate things with their fingers. It's very small objects, and the tweezers, where you're picking up the little things out of that man, is a perfect fine motor skill development activity, and that is great for kindergarten and first grade.
I think we should have broken this one out.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just thinking about the buzzing, you know.
Well, it's got some neat new noises that go with it, too. And I'd like to really show you this tic-tac-toe game. This is an interesting thing because it is a standard regular tic-tac-toe. Most people think as a child's game and something that's very simple. But this is a 3-layered tic-tac-toe game. So you're able to play each game and then strategize to see at the end of the third game if you've won vertically as well as horizontally. And that starts children thinking in a 3D model, which is very important for upper level, you know, high school statistics, high school math, and high school science.
Oh, Amy, we appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you.
All right, and for more learning